Most people think that manifestation is all about asking the universe, begging for a specific outcome to come, but in reality, it is all about matching with the universe. Hi you guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jyotsna, and in today's video I'm going to talk all about one of the most powerful laws of the universe, which is the law of vibration. I'm pretty sure you already know or have come across what the law of vibration is. Just in case you don't know, I'll explain it to you in simple terms. The law of vibration states that every single thing is energy. Every single thing has its own unique frequency and it is vibrating in that specific state. Every single thing, starting from physical matter to your thoughts, to your emotions, to the belief patterns you have in your mind, they all have a certain unique frequency that they're vibrating in. And usually, when the vibrational state is a match with the desires or with the specific outcome you want, that is when you attract it into your life instantly. Your personal reality is also a reflection of your personality. So, any thoughts, beliefs, assumptions you hold about your life, you see a projection of your life being exactly that. The circumstances you see around you are based on the thoughts and the belief patterns that you have. For example, if I always believe that I'm a failure, if I always believe that good things never come to me, then every single day I'm just going to be having a bad day. I'm just going to be having a day which is like a disaster. And even your past programming, your past beliefs, anything that you were reprogrammed at a very young age to believe. Like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, one of my limiting belief and one of my past conditioned belief was that in order to earn money you have to work extremely hard. Like, this is one limiting belief that I was holding on to for the longest time, and I always told myself, if I'm not working for 12 hours, 14 hours a day, then maybe I'm not going to earn that much money. That is what my hardwired logical mind used to think. So that was just my past conditioning, my past limiting beliefs that were actually ruining me from having amazing fun, slowing down in my life, but at the same time earning money. And thanks to affirmations, I finally started earning money in my sleep, where I didn't even have to work hard. Money would just come to me automatically. So just like me, if you are someone who's been conditioned to believe that something is very hard, you're conditioned to believe that things don't work out in your favor that easily, maybe you're holding on to some trauma, maybe you have some mindset blocks that you still haven't healed from because you've experienced something in the past that was maybe traumatic or something that didn't feel favorable to you. Obviously, when you're holding on to those past stories, you're almost reliving them every single time you think of it. It's almost like that past trauma, that past memory is still so embedded in your subconscious mind. Brain goes into a survival mode, it starts freaking out. You suddenly have those panic attacks. All of this is only happening because you still haven't healed from that past trauma or those past limiting beliefs that are still haunting you. The bad news is that when you hold on to this past trauma and these past limiting beliefs, you're actually vibrating at a very, very low state. The reason why this is happening is because you're still playing that old narrative, that old story. You're still replaying the same memories that actually weren't positive in your life. Because if you keep living in that old story all the time, your reality will never change because your thoughts, your emotions are still attached with that old identity, with that old state. Vibrating in a low or a negative frequency actually slows down your capability of manifesting that desired outcome. That's the reason you feel that panic attack when those bills come, when you start freaking out when you get that rejection email again when you applied for a job. Frequency you're emitting and the emotional state your body actually feels during that time, that is a story you're programming to your subconscious mind. Your body and your subconscious mind are always listening to those feelings and those emotions you have. Even if you affirm 10,000 times and it's a positive affirmation, but internally you don't emotionally feel high about something that you're affirming about, obviously it's not a vibrational match. In the manifestation world, your thoughts, beliefs, feelings, actions, all of them have to be a vibrational match. That's when things come to you at rapid speed. If you want to be part of the top 1%, you have to have the mindset that the top 1% have. And the best part is you can embody that energy and feel that emotional state right now. I cannot tell you how just closing my eyes, listening to a quantum tape, I already feel like I have changed and I've become a completely new version of myself. If you don't change your emotional state and move as quick as you can, then you're already stuck in the past. You're already repeating in loops something that has happened to you that was bad, something that was unfair, something that was a negative experience over and over and over again, and that is what becomes a dominant assumption in your mind. And your subconscious mind is always going to have a limiting belief when it comes to that certain area. Like, I have a client who is actually a 10 on 10 in almost every area of her life, whether it's her career, whether her ambitious personality. Even when she plays games or sports, she told me that she usually is the one who wins all the time. Like 9 out of 10 times she's winning the game. And it doesn't matter even if it's a new game that she just learned, if it's a new sport that she just started playing. She's one of those top 1 percentile who just aces it and is just good at everything. But guess the one area that she's actually struggling with? She's struggling with relationships. She's struggling to find the love of her life. And she has told me so many times that I'm doing everything I possibly can. I have done every single exercise I possibly can. But why am I so unlucky in love? I just don't understand it. After talking to her in the coaching call, that's when I realized that one of her major mindset blocks was the past trauma that she was still carrying. She had a very bad breakup before, and she was in a very long-term relationship with her ex-partner, and that relationship basically shattered her. She's not yet done with that relationship and somehow is still seeking for that closure. Even when she's trying to meet other people, her mind always goes back to comparing every single person she meets with her ex-partner. This is nothing but just past programming. Your past programming is impacting your capability to manifest that specific outcome. So in my client's example, it's her capability to manifest her soulmate. Your entire reality is a simulation. Trust me, every single thing you see in your reality, it's all controlled by the mindset blocks you have. It's all controlled by your self-concept. Your self-concept is literally the silent program that's running your reality. That's the reason all the people in the top 1% are extremely self-aware. They're extremely self-aware of their emotions. They're extremely self-aware of their mood swings. They're self-aware of what's happening because they ask the right questions. They have regulated their emotions so much that even if something bad or something negative happens right now in their current reality, it's not going to shatter them. Their self-concept is so good that it's literally unbreakable. And in no way am I trying to tell you that you need to balance your emotions, you should not feel angry, you should not feel sad. Like, that's not what I'm trying to tell you. If there are moments where you do feel those heightened emotions, there's nothing wrong with it. Like I told you, when you cry, you almost release that worry, that stress from your body, and that actually helps you regulate your nervous system too. But what I'm trying to tell you is, be so self-aware that even if you're having an emotional breakdown or a mental breakdown about something, don't let it persist for days and days together. Take the time to heal. Take those few moments of journaling, or those few moments of meditating, or those few moments of actually asking the right questions to your mind, and maybe even finding a therapist and healing from it. That's okay too. But do that as soon as you can, because when you change your emotional state quickly and move on from a traumatic experience, that's when you're becoming open to abundance. You're allowing more good things to flow into your life. Having a neutral reaction to something is much better than having a negative reaction and letting it sit in your mind for a long period of time. If you're relatively having lesser negative thoughts, then you're already winning. Trust me. We have approximately 50,000 to 60,000 thoughts on a daily basis, which are random, and most of them are always associated with the same things we think about daily. What am I going to eat today? What am I going to do today? How am I going to finish the work today? It's basically the same program that's running every single day on a repeated basis. So instead of letting it run unconsciously, get conscious of your thoughts. Actually think the thoughts that you want your future self to embody, your future identity to have. Because when you embody your future self right now, you're literally not worried anymore. You literally know that your future self has figured it out, so there's nothing to worry about. And when you embody and become her, even when you're struggling, even when you're going through that process, it's like you're telling your mind mentally that you just know you're going to solve things. You just know things are just going to work out for you. Everything always works out in your favor. So this is what I do in order to be in a high vibrational state. The first thing is, I either have a neutral reaction to something or a positive reaction to something. If I am applying to jobs, I will not apply to jobs with a negative mindset, with frustration, with feeling lack, with feeling anxiety all the time. I will apply to jobs with a lot of gratitude in my mind and heart, because I just know that I'm getting the job. It doesn't matter what my physical reality is telling me, because I'm going to embody the emotions that my future self has. I'm not going to embody the emotions of my past identity who's still struggling to get a job. Second thing, believe that everything is working out for your highest good. Something that I have noticed in a lot of people is that when they believe in God, they believe that they are co-creators with God, and they know that they can create the exact future that they they want to, usually these people actually get there faster, because at the back of their mind they know they're not alone. They have a higher power, higher self, or someone like God who's always protecting, always guiding them, always sitting with them. And you guys know I talk about Lord Hanuman all the time. That's the personal connection that I feel with Lord Hanuman. So every time, even if I think things haven't worked out the way I wanted to, I immediately tell myself in the mind that Lord Hanuman always has my back. He's always there with me, and this is just a life lesson that he wants me to learn. Okay, to learn it. I'm happy to learn it because I know Lord Hanuman is going to be proud of me. So that's how I literally brainwash my mind into thinking that no matter what is happening in my life, it's happening for my own good. When you co-create with God, you literally vibrate in such a high state that you automatically manifest 100x faster. So even if you don't believe in God, that's fine. If you believe in a higher self, if you believe that there is a future self, a future version of yourself that already exists, that has your dream life, then that's just the thought you need to hold on to. And that's the assumption you need to dominantly have in your mind. Even if the physical proof is nowhere close to it, when you hold that thought for a long period of time, you have the ability to actualize it. And the last step is to have that deep inner conviction that you are always a vibrational match to your desires. And the fastest way to get there is through quantum tapes. Like I mentioned, quantum tapes are super powerful. They literally work overnight because they change your vibrational state, they change your frequency. You energetically feel a shift in your body, in your mind, in the way you behave, and even your identity changes. I have seen overnight results with quantum tapes just because you vibrationally become a different person. You vibrationally feel that difference, and when you open your eyes, you almost feel like you're opening your eyes to a brand new reality. Identity shifting works the fastest with quantum tapes because if you can close your eyes and imagine your future self and act like you're already her in your imagination, it gets so much more easier to bring it close to your reality through the actions you take in your daily life after completing that meditation. So many of my clients have given me success stories after listening to my quantum tapes, telling me that it magically worked out. They magically attracted the dream job that they've been waiting for. I have so many testimonials on TopMate too if you want to check it out. I highly, highly recommend getting my quantum tape as well as my workbook. Both the workbook as well as the tape are on discount on Stan. So I will put a link in the description box below if you want to check it out. And yeah, I hope this video was inspiring. I'll see you guys in my next video. Lots of love. Bye.